Hello YouTube fam. Today I wanted to do a video about mastering discipline and what it takes to be self-disciplined in any aspect of your life. When I first started my fitness journey, I had no idea how that discipline that I built at the gym was going to help me with my life and overall just becoming self-disciplined within anything I did. There are 4 components when it comes to being self-disciplined. Those are self-control, motivation, persistence, and your goals. Being self-disciplined means that you are choosing your long-term reward over a short-term pleasure. A really good example of being self-disciplined is when you're out eating. If you know that you want to reach a certain goal, whether it is weight loss, weight gain, and you're out and about and you're hungry, you're gonna understand that eating out is gonna have a really big effect on your goals, and that is a short-term pleasure. Yeah, it might sound good in the moment, but is that really gonna help you later on towards your long-term goals? That is probably one of the best examples that I have for you guys as far as what being disciplined means. Going to the gym consistently is what has gotten me self-disciplined. I started to understand that you're not always going to have motivation to go to the gym, but that is where your discipline comes in. You know that you don't want to go to the gym, but once you get there, things are going to be different and you're going to want to work out and you're going to feel good later on after you worked out, compared to if you had let your mind beat you to it and had not worked out. I'm gonna give you guys the steps to mastering your self-discipline. Starting off with step number 1 is understanding and knowing your strengths and weaknesses. If you know that alcohol is a weakness of yours, if you put yourself in an environment where there is alcohol, that's going to be your weakness and you're going to say yes to having a drink or two. So why would you put yourself in a position where you know that your weakness is there in the first place, right? You wouldn't. Mastering self-discipline is understanding that if that is your weakness, you're not even going to want to be around that to begin with. That is step 1. Step 2, remove temptations. When I started my fitness journey, there was a lot of temptations around me. My parents would always bring fun. They would always bring like desserts. They would bring cheesecake, they would bring flan, like little things like that. They would bring the Mexican cookies. Oh my god, those are a huge weakness of mine. But having those temptations around me was really setting me back on my goals because it was easy for me to have access to them to begin with, so that would make me eat them and have them. So step 3, set clear goals and have an execution plan. So starting off, if you're starting your fitness journey, it's really important for you to set goals and have an execution plan as far as to what you're gonna do to achieve those goals. If your plan is to go to the gym 3 times a week, what are you gonna do at the beginning of the week to make sure that you are meeting those goals? And what is your execution plan gonna be? Whether it is waking up earlier, that's gonna be a really big goal of yours, and going to bed early the night before is what your execution plan is in order for you to achieve those goals. So be really clear with your goals. Step 4, practice daily diligence. Diligence is careful and persistent work or effort. So practicing the daily effort of changing your mindset and your habits is what's going to get you to mastering self-discipline. So practice daily diligence with little things like what you eat, what you consume, what media you are consuming, how much time you're spending on your phone. Little things like that are huge. Step 5, create new habits and rituals. If you guys have not read Atomic Habits, go read that right now because that is such a great book. I read that last year, and till this day I remember how the little things are what makes the bigger goal achievable. One of the things that really stuck with me was the whole aspect of cleaning your room. So something that I've always struggled with is having a clean environment, and I didn't know the importance of that until recently. I would always blame it on the fact that I didn't have time, that it wasn't important, that nobody was going to see my room anyway, or that I would clean it and then it would be a mess the next day, like little things like that, right? I would make excuses for myself. But now I understand the importance of having a clean environment on the daily so that your mind is clear and you're able to do things productively. Atomic Habits has a section in their book where they're talking about cleaning a room, and it talks about how when you're feeling overwhelmed about where to even start with a little corner and then work your way from there. So instead of looking at the bigger picture, look at it in smaller parts and start cleaning a little portion of your room and then go from there. And that has always stuck with me. So whenever I don't feel like doing something, I'm like, okay, maybe if I spend 5 minutes on this, I will want to do it. I was never really big into reading. Well, I was, but I wasn't. I enjoyed reading books on my own, but I didn't like reading books from school. So unless it was something that I wanted to read, I really wouldn't read. One of the things that I learned a while ago is maybe you might not be able to read for 30 minutes right now, but if you start with 5, it will get easier later on. So starting off even with 5 pages a day, if you do that consistently, you're going to create a habit out of it. And then later on, you're going to be able to read 10 pages. You're going to be able to read for 10 minutes. You're going to be able to read for 30 minutes. And it's going to increase with time because you're creating a habit out of it. And that's really key to anything in life. If you're not practicing what you do, then how do you expect to get better? The same applies to the gym. If you're doing the same weight every single time, it's going to be really easy, right? If one day you're lifting heavier, that's going to be your new warm-up the next day because you were already able to do the heavy weight the previous day. You're going to get stronger with time. So start with little habits and go from there to achieve the bigger picture. Step 6, change your perception about willpower. Willpower is the control exerted to do something or restrain impulses. Willpower is the ability to delay gratification, resisting short-term temptation in order to meet long-term goals. It's literally what I told you guys at the beginning. Power goes hand in hand with self-discipline because you are training your mind to be stronger than your motherfucking feelings. And if you've heard me say that in the past, is because I live by that, because your mind has to be stronger than your feelings, and that goes with anything in life. If you don't want to go to the gym today, if you let your mind win, you're not going to go to the gym today. If you don't want to go to the gym today, you have to master that discipline that tells your mind, I don't want to go to the gym today, but I'm still going to go to the gym today. I don't feel like going to the gym today, but I'm disciplined enough to go to the gym today. And that will be life-changing when it comes to doing anything in your life. Step 7, give yourself a backup plan. So let's say I have a day planned out for myself and I want to spend a few hours at the gym. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym at this time. I'm going to eat at this time so that I have enough energy, blah, blah, blah. So then something comes up. I go watch my niece, or I have to go take pictures, or I have to go pick up my brother. Something, right? Something comes up and my plans just shift. Let's say by the time I get home and eat and get ready, it's already really late for me to go to the gym and I don't end up going to the gym. Having a backup plan means that, okay, things came up, I didn't go to the gym, but that's not going to stop me from going to the gym the next day. So instead of putting yourself down because you didn't go to the gym that day, shift things around, and that can be your rest day. So if you're planning on resting on Sunday, now Wednesday can be your rest day and you can work out Sunday. So see how things easily shifted and it can work out in your favor. That's why having a backup plan is really important. Who you surround yourself with is going to have an impact on what you do with your free time, how you spend your time, what you do, and who you become. If you're surrounding yourself with somebody that doesn't have goals, is that really going to motivate you to have goals? No, of course not. So it's really important to have those mentors and those people that you look up to so that when you know what you want to do in life and the goals that you want to achieve, there's somebody that you can go to for guidance or just any support in anything that you're working towards. Using the gym as an example, somebody that has been lifting for a really long time is going to know a lot compared to somebody that just started lifting. So having somebody that knows a lot about the gym, is really important. Somebody that you can look up to or you can ask questions is huge. So that is step 8. And the last and final step is forgive yourself and move forward. Like I said, sometimes you have plans and you have a vision for yourself and you want things to go a certain way, but sometimes life just happens and it doesn't go as planned. And even though I said it's important to have a backup plan, sometimes that backup plan is to just let things be. Let things be, accept the fact that life happens, and sometimes you just need to give yourself a break so that you can come back the next day stronger and better for what's to come. I hope this really helps somebody. Like I said, being self-disciplined is something that takes time, but it is really important in any aspect of your life. Once you become self-disciplined, you are gonna be so motherfucking powerful. You're gonna be able to achieve so much in life and do anything that you set your mind to. So remember that your mind has to be stronger than your feelings. And if there's something that you take away from this today, let it be that, because I say that all the time and it's really important. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.